Hi, and whoops. Thank you for joining me for tonight's tutorial. I'm Pam Wrigley, and I'm just doing a few little finishing touches here to our set. Thank you for joining me tonight. We are going to do a fabulous kind of smooth, sleek, low bun tonight. Now, if you have any questions as we go through tonight's tutorial, please just pop your questions into the chat box and I will do my very best to keep an eye on the questions as they come in. Sometimes I am a little bit delayed because I always seem to get carried away working with the hairstyles. So our prep tonight is, let me move it over to the middle a little bit, that's better. So the prep tonight, I've just curled the hair using my, where are they? My Babyliss 24mm tongs. Now you could, and I used a little bit of styling care lotion and a little bit of, I didn't use the Infinium this time because I don't want hair to be crispy. I want it to be quite soft as I'm styling the hair. So you could use just the styling care lotion. If your lady has particularly soft, silky hair, you could use maybe a little bit of L-net. The L-net would be great. You know, if you were working with heated rollers, this style works perfectly. So you don't have to use tongs, you can use heated rollers. They're great for kind of smooth, sleek styles because you get a very soft, natural curl and you get a lot of volume and movement in the hair. So you might think that with a smooth, sleek style, you want to start with straight hair, but you don't want to start with straight hair. You really want to start with hair that's got a little bit of a curl because the hair then tells you where it wants to go and it really makes your life as a bridal hairstylist so much easier. So your questions tonight could be about tonight's bridal hairstyle, or it could be about anything to do with working as a bridal hairstylist. Don't forget, I'm here to help. And we also have our online bridal hair course. So you can join me here on YouTube and learn lots about working as a bridal hairstylist. But I also have my online platform where you can join me and go through from step by step, kind of from beginners right the way through to advanced, sit your exams, get your professional insurance, and start working as a bridal hairstylist. And it is a fabulous career. I've been doing it now over 30 years and I still love it every day and I definitely recommend it. So here we go. Let me tell you what I've done. I see who's joined me. Oh, hi, Harriet. Thank you for joining me tonight. So we've curled the hair, but we have here a little kind of section of hair that I've kind of separated out and put into a little ponytail. And on there, I'm going to put a donut. So use either kind of a medium size or a small one. I think I might go for this. Let's go for the medium size. I did this style on a bride. This used to be really popular, this kind of smooth, sleek bun. But now, I'd say more recently, it's been more kind of textured, slightly kind of messy styles. Not messy, but styles with a little bit of texture and a bit of movement in them. But this particular bride wanted a smooth, sleek hairstyle. And of course, as a bridal hairstylist, you need to be able to kind of create styles for everyone, not just what, you know, not just those kind of textured styles. I'm just popping some little bobby pins around the edge of this donut and they're kind of going into the hair that's going in the ponytail and also into the donut. And you can see then it's not kind of, it's kind of holding the donut in place. This stand keeps slipping today. It's annoying me. It's kind of holding the donut in place. But I think it might need a little bit more security. So I'm going to get one of my hairpins and go in to the donut there and come back out again and go underneath. Let me see if I can come up close. It's not so easy when we do our live tutorials here on YouTube for me to show you kind of up close and in detail exactly what I'm doing, but let me just try. So we've got a bobby pin just there, and it could do with going in that donut a little bit more. That's it. And then I'm going to go into the donut quite low down. You don't want to go up here because then you get the donut gets really tight. So go down a little bit lower, pick up a bit of donut, like a little stitch of donut. There's the pin. And then touch the scalp and go underneath that bobby pin. That's the anchor. And then we get a really, really, really secure padding donut there. So now we just see this curl's kind of telling me where it wants that hair to go. If the hair's a little bit, if it needs a little bit of smoothing, you could smooth it if you want. The hair on these practice heads, I have to say, is I'm just going to take that under there and I'm going to secure it. The hair on the practice heads kind of generally tends to do what you want it to do. It can be a different matter now when you come to working with a real person. But having said that, the practice heads are great to get your kind of, to just build your confidence so you can try different ideas. But it's always best if you can to kind of rope in a few of your friends or family if you're kind of learning how to be a bridal hairstylist. Get some friends or family to come and sit for you so you can practice on different hair types. You will find it makes a big difference. So now I'm just picking up a bit of donut, bringing this hair over, doing the up and over, and then this hair kind of is telling me it wants to come over here. So that's what I'm going to do. And this way, we just kind of create this gorgeous, you can put a bobby pin over there. You could do your up and over with a hairpin. And you're just going to start to create your lovely kind of, your lovely kind of smooth, sleek, chunky side bun. Now, when I did this style for the bride that you can see in the thumbnail, she had a lot more hair than this practice head. The technique would be the same. Put the donut on. When I did it on the trial, actually, I used a smaller little donut. But she wanted the bun to be quite big, quite substantial. So I'm just going to separate this hair and just smooth it just a little bit. That's better. So we decided on the wedding day, that's it, I'm going to bring that in. That hair, we'll bring that over. Have a think about where you might want it to go. I think here. What you want to try and avoid doing when you're doing a style like this is, if you think about it, you might, sometimes we just kind of panic and think, got to cover the donut at all costs, let's cover the donut. So you bring this hair in, you bring it over and you start covering the donut. But if you've got any gaps at the bottom, especially if she doesn't have long hair, you need to cover the bottom of the donut first, these lower sections of the donut first. Because if you don't, by the time you get to the top here, this hair isn't going to be long enough to come down and under and cover these sections. So don't kind of get carried away. Don't think, oh my goodness, I can still see some donut. It doesn't matter. Right now, we've got lots of hair left here to cover this top bit of the donut. Right now, what we need to think about is covering this lower bit of the donut and getting it to look lovely. And going into the donut, picking up a tiny bit of donut. Don't pick up a big chunk of donut, or else the donut will get really tight and you won't be able to use it properly. So just a couple of threads, go over, come out. That's the couple of threads of the donut. Hold that hair together, pinch it quite tight, go up and over into the other direction, and push that hairpin into the donut. And then we're just gonna, I think, actually, let's have a look from the front. I think it's going to be a side bun this. You could do this bun absolutely anywhere. This might be a low bun, it could be a high bun, could be in the center at the nape of the neck. And really, I think that would look nice there. And really, the position of the ponytail dictates, you know, the position of the ponytail that we started off with, that dictates the position of the bun. So just do my up and over again then. So, okay, I think we've got the back bit of the bun sorted now. This stand is going to drive me crazy. So let's do the next bit now. Let's do maybe the hair on the crown. So you're going to work your way up from the nape of the neck forwards, working with each section. You might want a little bit of height here. You might want it smooth. She might want a little bit of texture. Let's see, I'm going to put this stand in the bin. She keeps slipping down. And it is annoying. So, okay. Now let's bring this bit back. We've got a little bit of height there. I'm going to sweep it slightly over to the side. She's going to drive me crazy. Okay, drive it over to the side just a little bit. That's it. And a little twist in the hair if you need it. I think that's all right. What I might do is if I lower that down a little bit, then hopefully if she moves again, it won't be a big problem. So let's go into that donut, up and over, back in, and then let's create a section here. A bit of hairspray. If the hair's a bit flyaway, you can put a bit of cold cream, you know, a bit of smoothing cream onto each section. You can back comb a little bit if you need to. Let's bring it down a bit more and you can see a bit better. So let's keep going. You can back comb this a little bit if you want to. If she's got maybe very fine hair and you need to kind of really work the hair to make sure there aren't any, you know, spaces or gaps. But I think this is working nicely. You could even, you know, if the hair was particularly fine, you could use a little bit of texturizing powder. That would be another good thing. And if your lady has very short hair, and I've done this before, you can, now let's make sure the front of this style looks beautiful, shall we? If she's got very short hair, you can actually work with extensions here. And we do have some styles on, let's bring that in and we'll cover the front of that, the donut there with the hair. So you could use, we've got some styles on our e-learning site where we show you how to kind of create styles like this with using extensions. So, you know, if her hair is short or just not very thick and she wants a much bigger bun, then we show you how to work with extensions to create these lovely kind of low buns for somebody who's got quite short hair. So never say never. And if you're going to do that, you kind of, what you do is you wouldn't add the extensions into the hair here as we normally do. You add the extensions at this bit, at this stage here, onto the donut. So, but as I say, we do have tutorials online showing you how to work with extensions to create these gorgeous kind of low buns. Oh, she's looking gorgeous. And can you see how even though we're doing a very smooth style, every time I work with the hair, The curls kind of show me where the hair wants to go. And that way, your job as a hairstylist is easy. So it really is all about hair prep. So I would recommend, don't kind of try and cut corners. Don't kind of think, well, she wants a smooth, sleek style, so let's get the straighteners in there, smooth out all the hair first of all. Because what you'll find, what the straighteners do, and I did have a question the other week from, she's not one of the online course students actually, but she did send me a question. She was a makeup artist. Anya, I think her name was. She's a makeup artist and she's been started to do bridal hair. And she had a client who wanted volume and a bit of oomph in the hair and a curl. And she was saying that she'd curled the hair and let's just get this in place. She'd curled the hair with the straighteners and then done the makeup. And the problem was that she felt very kind of, a bit upset because the hair completely dropped while she was doing the makeup. The curls just disappeared because this lady's hair didn't particularly want to hold a curl. So sometimes if you're working with the straighteners, smooth and sleek, but you don't necessarily get a long-lasting curl all the time. It depends on the hair. And sometimes you need to do some, you need to work with the hair slightly differently. So maybe what you could do is prep the hair, curl the hair. You could even use the straighteners, but you need to pin the hair up into those kind of pin curls whilst it cools down. But where there's a way, where there's a will, I should say, there's a way. And we can get fine hair to hold a curl and we can get volume. You don't usually get volume with straighteners unless, because it's actually, what the straighteners do is they kind of flatten the hair so much. They make it very smooth and sleek and glossy, but they can take the life out of the hair. So there are other techniques, curl techniques you could use to get a long-lasting curl rather than just using straighteners. Let's just pop that in there, I think. Let me just have a quick look, see if I like it. Oh, yeah, that's looking great. I think we're almost there, actually. You know what? It's kind of, you can do a couple of sections at a time when you're creating this look and you want kind of a bit of texture. You don't want all the hair going in the same direction. So make sure you've got a bit of movement. And we've just got a couple of sections left. I'm going to do these sections together, I think. Let me turn her around so you can see. I over-directed the curls when I created this style. So you can, when I did the hair prep, so you can see it's kind of, we've got all this extra volume, which is lovely. But I do want it to just be a little bit more going over in this direction. Let's see. That's it. We could do these together, and it's quite good here because the hair on this head at the sides here isn't that long. So it's going to be quite good for me to show you what you can do. You don't necessarily have to pull it tight all the way back if it doesn't quite reach. You can see this hair's not going to be able to do very much here at the back because if we want a little bit of softness here, we don't want it pulled tight over her hair, over her head, I should say. That's fine. Let me just have a quick look here so I can see what I'm doing. So bring it over. I might do that with the hair. Do a little up and over and secure that hair in place. Let's bring the next one over. Have a little, decide whether you want any soft bits down at this stage. She might want a few little bits down. Let's have a look. We'd need to recurl them. If we did, we'd need to get the straighteners out and recurl these sections. I think, just for today, we'll just bring it back. And we've got to think about, see that gap there? We do have to think about that. So let's put maybe a little bit of back combing there. And position that so that's it. So it looks, so we've got a nice kind of profile. I'm working with a mirror here, just off camera. I'm going to leave that end out there until I'm ready. And you will find if you're working with a mirror, it really does make your life a lot easier. Okay, so I'm going to come back to these ends. We're going to somehow make it cover that little gap there. We're going to do it. Okay, let's keep going. Anybody has any questions? Let's see, I hope we're still live. Let me know if you can't see me, because it's quite quiet tonight. Keep looking. We've had a hi from Harriet. Let's see. Let's bring that over. And it's kind of smooth, but it's also got a little bit of kind of movement to it. We're not having to back comb and smooth out the hair. So it's still kind of a modern style, but with just a little bit of a twist to it. And these are just about long enough. Let's see. Oh, yes, she is going to be gorgeous. Can you see that side bun there? Now let's sweep this over, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, gosh, we could do a little twist even here. Why don't we do a little twist? I think that would be gorgeous. Let's just do a little kind of twist here for a little bit of extra detail. That would be lovely. Sometimes when you've got that curl in the hair, as I say, it kind of tells you where it wants to go. And it makes your life easy peasy. So let's get a twist there. We've still got these fluffy bits here. We're not worrying about those. We're going to secure this a little up and over, or you could use a bobby pin. That's it. So now we've got to work on these little sections here to make a little shape. And our style is finished. She hasn't got any bits down actually, but I don't think she actually needs them. Let's see. Let's just smooth. Let me turn that around for you so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to see where that curl, where the shape of the hair wants to take me. Use some hairspray on there, my bit of smoothing cream. And let's see, you could use a bit of back combing here. Or even better, for this little cheeky bit here, might be a little bit of texturizing powder, just to really hold it all together. There we go. She's actually got reasonably short hair, this lady. Let's do a little up and over, find some secure hair. Then let's spread this out. You can even at this point just dust the texturizing powder into the hair and just kind of, you can just nudge, kind of just rub it a little bit with your fingers and it activates the powder. And then if you need to pull it apart a little bit, you can. So she's a gorgeous kind of, oh, look at that gap. We've got to make sure we cover that. Let's see if we can do that. I might just nudge that up a little bit. Let's lift this bit up and see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pull this hair up here and I'm going to put a bobby pin across the back so it holds it just up here a little bit higher. Let's see if we can do this. Feel your way. Sometimes you can't see it. You can feel your way and you've got that donut there. That's better. And that's helped to fill up that little gap that we had there. And then we're going to fill this gap and we have finished. Let's see. Let me see what we can do here. This is where the texturizing powder would be fantastic. But you know what? I don't really like to put the texturizing powder in my practice heads because it's a bit of a hassle because then you've got to wash it all and take to get it out because it doesn't like to come out easily. Let's just perfect here. Make sure you're happy with everything. She needs to be up to the, I'd say up there. That could do with coming up to the scalp a little bit. And all these little kind of finishing touches are the little final things that you look for as you start to look all around the style. I want it to sit next to the scalp there. Let's come round to the front. So she's got a little sweeping down section here. A little twist there at the back. And let me just tip her up a bit so you can see her properly. I'm fighting with this. Fighting with this practice. Not the practice head, but this stand today. She doesn't want to play. Let's lift that up. That's better. Look, we've got a beautiful, kind of smoothish, smooth enough. It's not textured. It's just gorgeous and beautiful. And she looks lovely. And that's our smooth, sleek side bun. Now, we did speak last week about a product that I mentioned to you that's great if your brides have very fine hair. If they've got dark hair and it's fine and you can see the scalp through a little bit, then you can use something. This product here, we spoke about it last week when we talked about working with very fine hair. And I said I was going to show you this particular product, and it's called Nanogen. And basically, you can get it in different shades. This one is a dark brown, but you can see here on the back, there are lots of different shades that's available. So if your client has very fine hair and she feels that here, you can see a bit of the scalp, and you don't want anybody to, you want it to look like, she doesn't want to feel like she's kind of going bald. So you could suggest to her that she buys something like this. And it's just a very fine powder, little tiny fibers. You don't put it on the scalp, you put it in the hair. So just, when you're working with the sections where it's a little bit thinner, you would just dust it into the hair, then work with the hair, and it kind of fills up the hair. It's not like the spray where you're spraying colour onto the scalp. You're actually making the hair itself look thicker. So that's the product that we were talking about last week that I wanted to share with you. So thank you for joining me. I hope you found tonight's tutorial helpful and you love this beautiful, smooth, sleek side bun. And if you have any styles you'd like to learn, please just get in touch. Or if you have any questions, just send me an email or contact me on YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can always join me on my online training platform and learn how to become a wonderful, amazing bridal hairstylist. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. Take care. Bye.